My journey began when I realized I was expecting. At the beginning, it was a shock, but I remember I prayed and I told God, if this is it, then bless me with a baby girl. And of course, we started the journey to motherhood again, and it was exciting. Though it was not that easy, it was tough. So when I realized I was expecting, the first person I called was my sister.
Stella called me and she told me she was pregnant, and I was really excited because she really wanted a baby, and this time, because she had 2 boys, she wanted a girl. And when she told me the news, at first I didn't believe, of course.
She even asked for a picture, and I sent her.
She's always joking and all that. So I told her, for me to confirm, maybe you come to my place. You still hata nawezeka manguo kwa tumbo apige picha kutumie.
But we planned for a date. But now, before even the date, I had not told my mom. And I remember my son called my mom, and he's the one who broke the news, and my mother was so excited.
So actually she told me she'll come home, and we planned a date, and she came, and we had a wonderful time, and I confirmed she was pregnant. We celebrated the whole thing, and it was amazing, because it's always a dream to every woman to have a child.
She was so excited to see me because, to begin with, hakuniamini. So this time, she believed it, and now we started planning for the baby.
We even went for shopping, and because we had so much faith and hope, we went shopping and actually bought baby girls clothes, because that is what she wanted.
And she took care of me for a whole week. She could cook for me, meet my cravings.
She was craving for so many things. Ice cream. I would make her smoothies. She loved smoothies.
And it was a good moment. And at least I had someone to talk to. And she has made my journey easy all along. And I thank God for her. She's just an amazing sister. And without her, I don't know where I would be today. So after the date, I came back home.
Time came, she went back home, and I will check up on her all the time to make sure she's okay. I will ask what she wants. I'll come visit once in a while, because at that time I was still working. I will come visit her once in a while when I'm passing by. I'll pass by her home.
At 20 weeks, I did the first scan, because the first shopping we had done without confirming the gender. And my sister was like, I'm not doing another shopping. We first of all have to confirm it's a girl. Mi sitaki kazi za nini alafu hapa tuzae kijana. But again, in me, I knew my God is not gonna fail me. So we did this. The scan was done, and yes, it was a girl, and it was yay, a baby girl. I called everyone from the hospital. I called my mom, I called my sister, I called I even called my dad, and it was the happiest. I don't know. I felt something. I felt happiness that I cannot be able to explain. So the journey continued, and along the way, I started experiencing some discomfort, pains, and I was now and then from the hospital, but all along my doctor told me the baby is okay. It got to 37 weeks, and the pain was too much. It was not labor, and at this time I was given bed rest. But when it got to that 7 weeks, the pain was unbearable, because at this time I cannot even drive myself. So I needed someone to take me.
Then it came to a point she called me and told me I need to take her to clinic for checkup, because she thought that was around 8 months, 8 and few weeks. She told me I should come and take her for a checkup because she want the doctor to follow up. She had some pain coming on and off, and she wanted to know what was happening, and she wouldn't go by herself, so I had to come.
On 11th June, we went for a checkup, and I found my doctor. He sent me for a scan, and when I came back, he told me, no, the baby is big, and the baby is distressed, so we are admitting you today. And wow, it was a shock. Okay, I wanted to see this baby. I was very excited and I was very ready. And when he told me, okay, I was shocked. But I was like, the baby is okay. And he told me the baby is okay. So I was admitted on that day. We signed everything and then we checked out.
And because we were not prepared that time that she's going to have a baby, we had to go back home and pack baby clothes. So when we came here, Stella was really panicking at that time. She wouldn't believe it was happening.
The reality hit. So when we came home and she started packing and I decided to take a shower, each time ndio ilianza kunihit, by the way, the baby is coming. I was excited and again, fear.
So we packed everything and went back to the hospital. We passed by somewhere. I bought her pizza actually. We had dinner and then she went to the hospital and she was admitted. So I had to leave her.
And now we waited for the following day in the morning. Yeah. And now day 12 was, it was the big day for me to see my baby. I remember I was supposed to be the first person because I really insisted. I'm one person who panics. And I told my daughter, if you don't want me to panic, let me be the first person to go in. And he accepted. I was booked in the first person. But I remember there was an emergency. And actually they were so kind to request me and I was okay because now another person has come and hers was an emergency. She went in before me. I was prepared and I was wheeled to theater. I was full of fear. And at the door, we met with my doctor and was like, Stella, umefika wakati ndio. And I was like, yeah, and I cannot wait. So the anesthesia akanigandisha nusu, ikakata. I told him, let me sleep. Because actually I was like, because I started feeling nitaenda into a panic mode. And I told him, let me sleep. The fact that imekata, the first time, let me just sleep. Na nikalala. So the next minute, I found myself in the ward. I don't remember the time, but I was told my baby came. My sister told me the baby came at around 9:45. And when I woke up, the first thing I asked my nurse, where is my daughter? And she was like, where? Goja kidogo. Ukiamka kabisa, nitakuletea mtoto. I kept on asking, where is my daughter? Where is my daughter? By then, my sister was not there. I don't know where she was at the moment. And the second time, another nurse passed by na nikamwambia, nataka kuona mtoto. And she was like, wacha nikuitie nurse mwenye anafaa kukuattend. So, kube she went for the matron. The matron came. And I asked her, mtoto wako wapi?
I was around where the hospital was. So I came, within that 20 minutes I was at the hospital. When I came, she was okay, but she told me, just go check up on my baby because they have not yet brought her.
The matron told me, mtoto wako nursery, alikuwa distressed, alikuwa amechoka, so tumemeka kwa oxygen and nikashtuka. I have never experienced this, and I asked her, is she okay? And she was like, yeah, she is. Ni kuchoka tu kidogo. So after a while, I asked another nurse, mtoto wangu kweni yako wapi? And I told her, hapana, nitie matron. Now the matron came the second day, nikamwambia hapana, I want to see my baby. Na kaniambia hapana, tunamtoa kwa oxygen, ana turn blue. And I was totally scared. Nikamwambia, nipigie simu, because at this moment I singetembea, I could have not walked myself to Nasari. So she took my phone, akaenda na akapiga picha na akaniletea. I was excited because she was so beautiful. She was a big baby. I knew there's nothing big that's gonna happen to my baby. She assured me she's okay. So after a while my sister came in. And nikamwambia, ni bado sijaona mtoto.
So I went to the matron. I checked up on the baby, and they told me she's okay, but she's on oxygen. But soon she'll be out, because it was just something minor. So I went back to Stella and told her, the baby is okay. Actually, I saw her and I took photos, and she saw the baby.
But after a while, the matron, I guess, called the doctor. Wakaangalia mtoi. At this time, they asked me, your sister ako wapi?
I was called by the matron, and the doctor and the matron told me something has happened, and we need to transfer the baby. Immediately Stella called me. She didn't know I was still around. She told me, Anne, you need to come. There's an emergency. I told her I'm on my way. I'm actually working out on it.
And now they decided wanapea mtoto referral. And I was like, why?
The hospital didn't have enough incubators. They were already full. So we had to transfer the baby to another hospital. We got a good option, and we took the baby with an ambulance.
So at this time, I'm in pain. And again, I'm in shock because I really don't know what was going on. Yeah. So I didn't have much to say. So my sister waliongea, and then they decided where to take her.
I was there. I was looking at her, and I didn't expect anything to happen to her, because she was full of life. She was a healthy baby. She was so beautiful.
I was so scared because the minute you deliver, you want your baby next to you, but this time it was impossible. I requested the matron anilete mtoto. So the matron walikuja kama wamepita. I didn't even see my baby well, because still bado singeweza kuamka. So I looked at her and I told my sister, me confirm, because I didn't know how my baby looked, and from the picture it's all that I knew. So wakampeleka, they took her to another hospital na ambulance.
And when I got to the hospital, we admitted her. We had to leave Stella, the other hospital. She had to wait because she just came out from theater, and because it's only the baby that was being admitted, I went and did all the process. I was carrying the baby. I removed her clothes. When she was put in the incubator, I was allowed to go in, because now I was acting the parent. She was put on oxygen. She was in incubator. I went back with my clothes, and I went to see Stella. When she saw me, she was in tears. She really wanted to know what is happening to her baby.
At the moment, I didn't know. I really didn't know. And I kept on asking, is my baby okay? Is my baby okay? And the matron would assure me the baby is okay. Na kaniambia, it's only a matter of 3 days and you people will be home. As a woman, you have to be strong. The following day, I was discharged, and I now went to the other hospital where my baby was.
I took Stella from the hospital and took her where the baby was. She went and she was admitted there. and she went to see her baby. At least for the first time she saw her baby, and she was healthy, beautiful.
And I remember when I saw her, I was so happy. But again, I have never experienced, I have never thought I would find myself in a nursery. And looking at her, I felt so much pain. The fact there's nothing I could have done. My wish was to hold her, but you don't need touch her. Hata kumchukua ungemchukua. And now, after every 3 hours, you had to go and see your baby. So, I started the routine. And there's nothing as painful as going to the ward without your baby. And every 3 hours, you have to go and see her. After the 3 hours, you're so scared. I didn't have the strength. Every time, I didn't know what will happen. And I remember the first, I don't know if she was a nurse, the doctor that we found, I asked her, how is my baby? Then she answered me. It really broke my heart. I didn't expect such an answer, but I had to be strong, and I kept on praying. At this time, my parents were on their knees, they were praying for the baby, and we held the hope should be okay.
When she was visiting the baby each and every time, the baby will react differently. One time she's okay, the other time she's not okay. So it got to this point, Stella told me, Anne, I can't do this anymore. I don't have more strength to go and check up on my baby. I just told her, the baby needs you more. You need to be strong for that baby. You just need to go and be there for her, talk to her, pray for her.
It was so traumatizing. But I held on my hopes that my baby would be okay, because I would see the babies being discharged. And I kept knowing, I kept saying to myself, hata sisi tutaenda nyumbani in due course. There was one day I went to the nursery. Mali nilikuwa nimeacha mtoto sikumuona. My heart crushed. And I asked her sister who was there, mtoto wangu kwa wapi? And then akaniambia, ndio yule. Nikamwona atakuwa kwa oxygen, and I was so happy. I was so excited. I called my mom, I called my sister, and I was like, hey, mtoto yuko kwa oxygen. And I knew that was actually the greatest miracle. She was there akicheza, nikaambiwa chukua mtoto, you can feed her, you can now start feeding her. Before sikuwa na feed. So tasikuwa na maziwa. So I remember we did all we could. I called my sister, nikamwambia niletee supu, niletee uji. I was ready.